You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you.
I don't think it is very useful to speculate on what God might or might not be able to do. Rather, we should examine what he actually does with the universe we live in.
We are all explorers, driven to know what's over the horizon. The most profound discoveries are not necessarily beyond that next star. They're within us, woven into the threads that bind us.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy Monday, happy Moon Day, and happy Pisces season. The last time I was live with you all was the last day of Aquarius season, and now the sun has officially moved into Pisces. We're feeling the effects of the new moon in Pisces today, and Venus moved into Aries overnight. So quite simply, we should be feeling a lot of fresh energy. Nikki is here. Rachel says she hopes everyone had a good weekend. Yes. Hey, Elena. Yes, Pisces season. Happy Monday to you, Corby. Yeah, we're done with Aquarius season. Spring is coming. Excited for Pisces season. Definitely. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Hey, Nick. And Venus and Aries. Anyone else super sleepy today? You might be. The sun in Pisces, Pisces energy is restful and sleepy energy. So if you're getting a slow start to your week, I definitely had a slower start to my day today. You might be feeling that Pisces energy, the moon and sun both in Pisces. Hey, Diane. And before we get into the forecast, we have to celebrate the Pisces of the world because today is a day that a lot of notable Pisces were born. First of all, the Pisces queen, Rihanna, was born on February 20th. Miles Teller, also celebrating a birthday today. Kurt Cobain, an example of a Pisces who was very deeply feeling and sensitive, right? Trevor Noah is also a Pisces. Justin Verlander, Ivana Trump, Cindy Crawford, Mitch McConnell. Oh my goodness. Sidney Poitier. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Charles Barkley is a Pisces too. Gosh, the list just goes on and on. Ansel Adams makes sense. He was an artist, a famous photographer. Gloria Vanderbilt. Wow, this might be the most stacked birthday day that I've seen so far. Oh, the chat is cutting out. Can you all hear me okay? Let me know. Yes, RIP to Kurt Cobain. Diane says she's sleepy too. It's cloudy, unique dreams. Yeah, last night and even tonight as well would have been a really potent night for dreams. So taking note of any dreams that came to you last night because the new moon was exact at about midnight Pacific time, 3 a.m. Eastern time. And Pisces energy, again, is all about the subconscious, all about dreams. So having potent dreams would have been right on point. Yesterday was a doozy. Had a small argument, walked out peaceful. Love that for you, Nikki. Elena's feeling the slower energy too. Late last night in a ritual bath. Okay, hello Pisces new moon. That's like the most perfect way to do a ritual for the Pisces new moon would be in a bath for sure. Also had crazy dreams last night. Rachel said kind of a nightmare, but the meaning resonated for me. Of course, Corby had strong dreams. That just makes sense to me. I love Pisces. People are so creative. Had a tarot reading today. Yeah, it's a very mystical, magical time as well. It's the last sign of the zodiac. So we're kind of in this liminal space between endings and new beginnings. And this is a space where a lot of magic can happen right before the veil. We're more sensitive, we're more open during Pisces season, and especially on a day like today where the sun and moon are both in Pisces, we're really open to the sensitivity and open to the magic. So thanks for letting me know how you're all feeling, how you're marking Pisces season, celebrating the new moon, honoring this very magical time. And I would love to get into the forecast. So we have two major transits to talk about today: Venus moving into Aries and Mercury connecting with Chiron. And then we'll dive into the new moon in Pisces a little bit more as well. So here is a current look at the energy. The sun is officially at 1 degree. Venus is at 0 degrees. I want to make note of how many planets are at a critical degree right now. So at the time of the new moon, Venus was at the 29th degree, and now she's at the 0 degree, both critical degrees, right? Pluto's still at 29 degrees for the rest of the month into March, into Aries season. Actually, Pluto will be sitting at the 29th degree. And so it's just amplifying the potent energy of the Pisces new moon. Really setting the stage for some shifts to happen, for some energetic upgrades or releases. Again, we're in this liminal space between endings and new beginnings. So it's, I think, activating us all in different ways and giving us that softness and that sensitivity and that slowness to be like, okay, I'm excited for the new beginning. There's a lot of fresh energy, as we'll talk about with Venus moving into Aries, but also still healing or finding closure from the last chapter too. Ooh, taking advantage of Pisces season to treat myself to a water circuit at a spa sauna before spring. That sounds so beautiful. Water is a great tool to use in rituals tonight. And tonight's, if you didn't already work with the new moon last night, tonight is still a very potent night. Okay, let's talk about Venus and Aries though, because we can't talk about this new moon energy without acknowledging the fact that just about 45-50 minutes after the new moon, Venus moved into Aries. And this is really helping usher in that fresh energy, that new beginning energy we were just talking about. Venus, of course, the planet of love, money, beauty, and values, moving into the first sign of the zodiac, into Aries. This feels like a very passionate transit over the next month. Venus is the lover, Aries is the fighter, so it's kind of like this combustion happening in romance, in relationships, in our love life. Current relationships might get a fresh spark of energy, or you might enter a new chapter in relationships, or this could be a great time to start something new, for passions to be ignited, right? The thrill of the chase with Venus and Aries is especially exciting. We're more bold as well. Aries is a very bold, in-your-face energy right there. Let's do it. So we're more bold in expressing our affection and expressing our desires and in calling what we want to us. And also we want our desires to be satisfied more quickly. Aries likes to move fast. So it's like, I want this and I want it now. Now, this passion, this elation that we experience could also bring a new lease on our values. It might be like, ooh, I have all this energy, all this new desire that's kind of helping me reset my values or redefine what I find important and what I really want. Now, because Venus also rules money and beauty, let's talk about how Venus and Aries could show up in these areas of our life. So with money, Aries is like impulsive, right? So it feels like there will be a quicker movement of money. Now, the direction isn't defined. So it could be a quicker outflow of money, a quicker inflow or influx of money, or both. You might just notice there being a lot of movement in your bank account, in your wallet, right? So watch your spending, because there is that impulsive element of just like, ooh, I want this and I want it now. When Venus moves into Taurus towards the end of Pisces season, I think we'll be really assessing the wealth that we have amassed, or at least being a little more in tune with our values and what we want to call in. But Venus and Aries is kind of just that excitement of like, ooh, I want to buy that thing. Ooh, look, shiny, or like, money could move in quicker too. So it's not all bad. It's kind of, there's a lot of movement. That's all I can say about it. watch your spending, watch how you use it. But if you use it to your advantage, money could come to you pretty quickly as well. Now, Venus, we have to point out, is in a weak position in Aries because Venus is at home in Libra, right? And Aries being the opposite sign of Libra, Venus is at fall or detriment in Aries. So impulse is something we want to watch out for because Venus, if you think of Venus energy, that Venusian, luxurious, pleasurable energy, it feels like there's this natural slowness and ease and balance to it, where Aries is just, it's like headstrong. So we want to try to be mindful about slowing down, not moving too quickly, definitely using the passion that comes from this, but not being too impulsive at the same time. And that goes for beauty, Venus, love, money, beauty, values. So for beauty, we don't want to make any impulsive decisions around our beauty, right? Like a drastic haircut or, wanting to get a tattoo that day and going and getting it. Give yourself some time to process things. Aries season is coming, and this is kind of like a taste of Aries, that the season that's to come. So this is good practice for slowing down and thinking things through rather than just taking impulsive action. I love this transit though, Venus and Aries. It just feels like a really great time to usher in fresh energy in all of these areas of our life. Yeah, all the shiny crystals will be mine. Yes, so easy to spend tons of money on crystals. I have definitely done that. And I don't know, I'm biased, but I feel like crystals are a great investment. They're bringing good energy into your home. So also, I don't know if I've talked about this, but I recently saw a video or saw something about aligned spending and that being part of manifestation. So it's like, if you're feeling like, ooh, I just really want the thrill of buying something, make sure it's something that's aligned. It's something that is going to help you cultivate and manifest what you're calling in, rather than just buying a new outfit for the sake of buying a new outfit. Maybe buying something that's going to help you expand on your business, or buying something that's going to enhance your creativity or spark new inspiration or bring good energy into your life and into your home, like crystals do. Yes, we'll take the money moving in quick. Yeah, definitely. I know. I get tax credits on Aries season. Like, yeah, interesting that Aries is tax season. So, of course, we'll talk about that a little bit more, but we tend to have more rapid movement in Aries season. Of course, Venus won't be in Aries anymore during Aries season, but maybe if you do your taxes a little early rather than waiting until the deadline, or if you are a business owner, this is our tax window with Venus and Aries. You might have a return come to you, or you might have to pay taxes, and that could be the outflow or the inflow coming in quickly. So I love that you brought that up, Nikki, like taxes. Ooh, play the lottery. Yep, I like that idea. I might have to go buy a lottery ticket. Maybe we'll wait for a Venus transit that's especially, Venus will be conjunct Jupiter. Let's see, what day will that be? Should we look it up? Should we all buy lottery tickets when Venus is conjunct Jupiter? I mean, that seems smart to me. Let's see. Venus is conjunct Jupiter on, oh, I'm looking at in Capricorn. No, that's not what we're looking for. Venus is conjunct Jupiter on March 1st. Okay, it's coming up. Maybe that's the day to buy a lottery ticket. Ah, that's a great point too, Nikki. Be careful with exercise, not overdoing it, accident prone. Yeah, moving quickly. Or maybe not exercise, but if you're feeling a little aggressive or what's the right word here? Overly ambitious between the sheets, a little muscle strain, an awkward position. I could see that being pretty on point for Venus and Aries, like being a little too aggressive, right? Yeah. Yes, crystals are definitely an investment. Totally. Got your domain for the site today. Stuff is moving quickly. I'm going to message you too, because I have someone I want to introduce you to, Corby. I think the two of you would get along really well. You're both super into dreaming. So don't let me forget after the live stream. I'm going to message you, or you message me. But also my partner may have just bought all the expansion packs for Unstable Unicorns, a card game, impulsively. That would be Venus and Aries. Impulsive decisions. Ooh, shiny. I want it now. Yeah. Yes, we're so excited for you, Corby. You know, my very first episode of The Spiritual Journalist was with my friend who was like a crystal guru, but maybe we should bring her back and just hone in on crystals and different crystals and how she works with them. I think that would be fun. Yes, so excited. Celebration. Venus and Aries does feel like a little bit of a party too. Like, let's just enjoy life and revel in the pleasure of things and like really jump headfirst into pleasure, whatever that looks like for you. Yes, let's do it. Yeah. That's just the vibe of Venus and Aries. Let's do it. Yes. Okay, good. I will introduce you to. Perfect with Venus and Aries too, like new relationships forming, not just romantic relationships, but any sort of partnerships, one-on-one relationships. Okay, I will bring her back. Thank you for the request. So that's Venus and Aries. I can you guys feel like the fire? Like everybody's just, yes, it's Pisces season and definitely that watery energy, but it's like that water fire combination. There's like this rumbling underneath of passion as well. I really love when the universe works out like this and gives us a little fire in such a watery time, right? Let's talk about the other connection that's happening today, and that is Mercury forming a sextile to Chiron. So, of course, Chiron isn't a major body in our solar system, but I love talking about Chiron because astrology has been so healing for me, and I know it's such a powerful healing tool for a lot of us, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So Mercury is still in Aquarius, really helping us open our mind, expand our perception, and Chiron is in Aries, so Venus will be conjunct Chiron at some point in the next couple weeks as well. Something to keep in mind, but we don't need to worry about that just yet. Mercury connecting with Chiron in this supportive sextile is really helping us to gain new perspectives about our healing journey. So you can see Mercury at 13 degrees in Aquarius, Chiron at 13 degrees in Aries. If you have any planets in those areas, this will be a little bit more of a strong transit for you. And yeah, new perspectives with Mercury in Aquarius, but specifically helping us heal or helping us realize where we're at in our healing journey, what still needs to be healed, what wounds are still a little bit fresh or open, and also just acknowledge the healing we've already done. Talking about our pain, writing about our pain can help us process it. Today would be a great day for journaling about healing or, talking to someone you trust about wounding, trauma, pain, or just talking about healing in general. And that's such a broad scope. Even when I do readings, I try not to be so specific about people's Chiron placements because healing is so unique. It's such a unique journey for each of us, right? But if you don't feel comfortable having a conversation, journaling is a great way to use this transit. Writing a letter to your inner child could be a powerful practice with Chiron and Aries, the sign of the child. Having a conversation with your inner child, or even, what could be kind of fun if you have kids in your life, talking to kids. Mercury sextile Chiron, like talking to kids can be really healing in an odd way, like it being around children kind of takes you back to that childlike mindset and that childlike state. So playing with the idea of connecting with your inner child and with that being healing could be powerful today. But in general, just opening to new healing perspectives, keeping an open mind, easier to do with Mercury and Aquarius, right? So keep an open mind and you might even be surprised by what healing insights come in. But remember with the sextile, we do have to lean into it a little bit, take a little more action than we would a different kind of transit to gain the benefits from it. So being mindful with Mercury here about, okay, I'm going to do some journaling around this, or I'm going to have a conversation. You might have to be the one that puts the effort in to get the benefits of this transit. Lots of wounds brought up in that tarot reading. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe, you're having realizations even watching the live stream or the card pull. Who knows? The card pull could bring up some healing stuff too for us. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. So Mercury sextile Chiron. It's a beautiful day for some healing thoughts. And now let's come back to the new moon in Pisces. What's going on with the new moon? The new moon has not made any connections yet. It's been very quiet. A nice slow start to Pisces season and the new moon specifically in Pisces. So the moon is currently at 9 degrees and the moon won't make any connections until tonight. We're going to be talking about this simultaneous love triangle between the moon, Uranus, and Mars. So we'll get to that in just a moment. But you might be wondering, like, okay, but there are other planets at like 13 degrees or 10 degrees, but they're all in the sign right before and right after Pisces. So they're very minor aspects we're not really feeling as strongly. Hopefully that makes sense. They're semi-sextiles, which I really don't include in the forecast because then we're just getting into the weeds of every possible little connection and it can feel overwhelming. But around, let's see what time, 9, 10, 11 p.m. Pacific time tonight. So let's just jump ahead here and see what this looks like for us. Okay, I think we got it. Yeah, the moon at 15 degrees connecting with Uranus here in a sextile and then squaring Mars at the same time. So before we get to this, actually, let's just do a little refresher on the new moon in Pisces. I know we've talked about it a little bit, but I would love to hear if you have any insights that have come through, or I know some of you talked about the rituals you've been doing, but I've been calling the new moon in Pisces a baptism. It's really this cleansing energy, helping us wash away the old and invite in a new beginning with it being a new moon, but also just kind of surrender and trust in the magic of the universe to help us manifest whatever intentions we're setting under the new moon. So it feels like a much less controlled energy than we might work with under another new moon, where it's like, yeah, use this and set intentions and do this. It feels more like wishing rather than setting intentions, like sending out a wish to the universe and trusting that it's going to be granted in divine timing, trusting that your fairy godmother or whoever you believe in is out there and wanting to grant your wish. So the new moon is this very magical new moon, but it feels more intuitive and gentle and restful even. It could be as simple as having a vision or dreaming up what you want your life to look like, what you want your intentions to look like when they do manifest. You might not even need to do like a full-blown ritual under the new moon, because Pisces energy is all about what can be felt but not seen or experienced with our 5 physical senses. It's like that third eye energy. So something as simple as closing your eyes and just envisioning what you want your life to look like would be such a powerful practice under the new moon in Pisces. Doing a meditation or even a guided meditation that can help you manifest would be powerful. Being intentional about your dreams. We just did a whole dream workshop with Goddess Night Out last night, and something really powerful that we were taught was to either hold a crystal or light a candle or write on a piece of paper and just put the energy of your intention into that object before you go to sleep. It could be as simple as like, tonight I will remember my dreams. So many of us don't remember our dreams. Just setting the intention, like, I want to remember where my mind is going and where I'm traveling in my sleep and what wisdom is coming through, or asking a specific question and putting that question into the crystal, into the candle, on the piece of paper, putting the piece of paper under your pillow or the crystal in your hand while you sleep, and seeing if you get guidance through your dreams. Because our dreams during Pisces season, we can expect them to be heightened. We're more tapped into our subconscious with this Pisces energy. So Mercury is on top of my Saturn today. Super interesting because I have my Reiki session. So like learning new ways of healing and filling up my own cup. Definitely like the student and the teacher combined with Mercury and Saturn together in Aquarius, opening your mind to new perspectives. I love that. Definitely aligned with what we talked about on our call. Yeah, Cassie says, definitely feeling a surrender energy, trusting that I don't need to climb like a crazy lady right now and I can just be. Yeah. Your Capricorn placements, all that Capricorn in your chart can chill out a little bit during Pisces season. Just being during Pisces season, the magic of being. I think I talked about this on Friday maybe, but we watched Eat, Pray, Love over the weekend, and there is this Italian saying when she's in Italy, and I think it's like la dolce far niente. I think that's what it is. I don't speak Italian, but yet I'm manifesting speaking Italian by the middle of the year. But essentially it translates to the sweetness of doing nothing. And that's kind of Pisces energy, the sweetness of doing nothing, the sweetness of sleeping, the sweetness of resting, and just the magic of being, right? Like we were created, we came here, however we got here, we came here to just be and exist and live. Yeah, so many of us have ambitions and dreams and goals, and like that's all beautiful, but what's it like to just be, to just experience magic? And often when we are in this place of just like, I just am right now. I'm not doing anything. I'm just being. We open to magic. We see the synchronicities when we're just a little more relaxed and open, right? Elle says, I fasted this weekend for the new moon, really made me slow down, feel a little more present. So on point with what just came through, right? Like fasting, slowing down, being in your body, attuning to your body, right? When we slow down, we open to magic. Diane says, it feels like such a reset for me, having had Reiki Saturday night after the sun moved into Pisces. And after having a card pull about second chances, I feel like I am finally moving forward in the right direction. Now working on my career path, perfect for you with Pisces ruling your 10th house, with support from guides on the other side and feeling like obstacles and blocks are being removed. Yeah, just imagine the waters of Pisces season washing away. This goes for everybody, washing away any obstacles, clearing the path ahead. It's that cleansing, not just for us, but for our lives, right? And cleansing is a big theme of Pisces season. So taking this season, you might want to do a little bit of spring cleaning before the equinox. So the soil, if you will, is ready to go for things to blossom and bloom. Watering yourself during Pisces season, really important. I am Italian, but not fluent in it. And I've never lived there. But I'm going back to Italy this year, actually helping host a retreat. So if any of you are interested, reach out to me. And I would love to see you in Italy. That would be so amazing. But one of my goals is to be like somewhat able to speak Italian. I took a little Italian in college. So maybe this is me sending that out, a wish to the universe under the Pisces new moon. By Leo season, I will be fluent in Italian. Ooh, I loved that book. Came to me at a difficult time in my life and inspired me to change my life. I suggested it to a few people in my own life. It is so inspirational. I haven't read the book, but I watched the movie a couple of times and I love it. Vision board. This would be a great practice under the new moon because it's very creative. Pisces is very creative energy, and Pisces is all about the vision, you know? So maybe you're like painting a picture or creating a vision board of what you want your life to look like. That would be so powerful to do under the Pisces new moon. Okay, so let's come back to that. The only connections the Pisces new moon is making today, at least, and that is this sort of simultaneous sextile to Uranus and square to Mars. This happens between 9 p.m. and midnight Pacific time, so overnight for some of us. But as the night goes on, you might feel a little bit more restless, maybe even frustrated, impulsive, aggressive. With Uranus there in a sextile, it's kind of like excitement, anticipation, right? Like this craving for a thrill a little bit, like, ooh, wouldn't it be fun if we did this or that? There is this natural ability to envision, though, with Uranus there as well, to innovate. So Uranus is helping us out in a way, but the square to Mars at the same time, I don't know if you can hear my dogs barking out there. The square to Mars at the same time can bring in that irritation, can bring in that impulse, that reactivity, especially with the moon in a very sensitive sign of Pisces and Mars in Gemini, which is very stimulating. It could feel like overstimulation or overwhelm. You might feel like you need to take some sort of action late tonight. So having a healthy outlet for that, whether it's moving your body or a creative project, doing something to vision your life under the Pisces new moon, taking advantage of the sextile to Uranus to help you picture what the future can look like could be helpful. Just having any sort of healthy outlet or even like a sexy outlet with Mars squaring the moon, you know, Venus freshly in Pisces, leaning into that passion and using the aggression in a positive way, if you will, could be helpful late tonight. Anything that's going to help you move excess energy, whether it's physically, sexually, creatively is going to be really helpful to have ready to go for yourself tonight. Maybe even a couple options so you can be like, okay, what am I actually feeling in the moment right now? Bottling up this excess energy that might bubble up, or excitement or anxiety or anticipation, could result in outbursts or anger, because we have that square to Mars, and it's like this inability to kind of like hold back this energy, right? And Uranus being in the mix is the disruptor. So outbursts are possible if we don't have a healthy outlet for our energy. It's beautiful that you're here, that you're watching this right now, because you're prepared. You can have things set up for yourself. Even if you just need to like take a shower late tonight or take a bath and just move energy that way. Picture things being cleansed from you. You know yourself the best, but have some sort of activity ready to go if you're feeling antsy tonight. Yeah, great season for Reiki and for healing. Reiki is totally the Pisces vibe. Like if Reiki was a sign, it would be Pisces. I truly feel like that. Oh, you painted in Milan. Love that. So those are the transits. We're still feeling that sextile between Venus and Pluto. It's separating, but that was exact yesterday morning. So you can see Venus now at 1 degree. Well, that will be tonight. Actually, let's go back to the current moment. Today, we're still feeling Venus, Pluto. Where's Pluto? Over here, forming this, separating from this sextile to one another. So with Venus being at 0 degrees and Pluto still influencing Venus, we're really feeling Venus today is basically what I'm trying to say. You know, really feeling that those cravings, those urges for pleasure, maybe even intense moments or powerful moments in relationships, intense transformations with money today. It's a powerful day for Venus, for sure. All right, let's come back to our affirmation of the day, which is I welcome fresh energy. We've got endings and new beginnings all sort of swirling together right now. And I just saw this morning, Eliza Kelly posted a video. She's another astrologer talking about how Pisces season is miracle season because there's so much magic that can happen in the space between endings and new beginnings. And it really feels like today, this new moon, we're in that space, in that liminal space, as I've been referring to it. So I welcome fresh energy, being open to fresh energy, being open to new beginnings, and just surrendering in the interim, surrendering to divine timing, trusting that whatever is coming in the next chapter is supposed to come in, whatever is being washed away in Pisces season is no longer meant for us. I welcome new energy. And we'll finish up with a card pull from the Cosmic Dancer Oracle. I was trying to figure out, again, this, Pisces dreamy energy, creative energy, but also Aries energy. And it feels like dancing, the cosmic dancer, some sort of movement. Dancing would be a really great outlet actually tonight for that restless energy. It involves creativity. It helps us tap into the flow of the Pisces new moon tonight, but also can literally move physical energy, right? Yes, Corby, we are open to all the new beginnings and possibilities. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect affirmation. Oh, good. I'm glad it resonates. Sometimes all it takes for new energy to come in is just to be like, okay, I'm open to it. I'm ready for it. Whenever you are up there or out there, I'm ready for it. So being open to new beginnings. Absolutely. All right. Shuffle these cards up. We'll take a nice deep breath together, remembering that cleansing can just look like a nice cleansing breath in the moment. If you need a little reset at any time, you always have your breath. So we'll take the deepest breath we've taken all day, and as we exhale, send our own unique magic into the cards, asking the universe for the message we need to know for Pisces season and for the chapter to come. So here we go, breathing in the deepest breath you've taken all day. And release. What do we need to know? Ooh, it says be authentic. Okay, card number 25. Be authentic. Love this. All right, what message do we have? Be authentic. Clearly and decisively make your own choice, speak your truth, and be your own you. Allowing the opinions or expectations of others, real or imagined, to dictate what you do is a way of hiding your light, staying small, and withholding your singular and precious gifts from the world. Unfailingly, it will lead to a life that feels boring, stuck, and uninspiring in the extreme. On the other hand, living authentically means discovering and claiming your very own opinions, desires, and passions, and letting these be the guiding lights that illuminate your sacred path. Take some quiet alone time to identify what is true for you in this situation, and then let all your decisions and actions stem from this inner truth. Even if it feels challenging to share your core self with the world, your brave vulnerability is the only thing that will allow you to be seen, known, and appreciated in the precise way your soul so earnestly desires. Refuse to let the fear of what others think hold you back from being your most genuine self. The loss is too great. Diminishing yourself in this way is a way of burying your heart's greatest gifts and forsaking your soul's most authentic joy. The gateway of authenticity is honesty. Tell the truth to yourself and others. Speak up about your thoughts, preferences, and perceptions. Take time to ponder in silence in order to feel and express what is real for you. The second gateway is self-love. Love yourself enough to value and honor your voice. Respect your ideas, desires, and experiences. See yourself as the divine sees you. A precious child, doing your very best, learning as you go, and absolutely deserving of approval, dignity, support, and every wonderful thing at all times. Remember, no one on earth in any direction of time will ever have the same soul signature or spirit expression that you have. Don't allow yourself to fall into limitation, comparison, or completion. Such strategies are not only depleting and compromising, but also destined to fail. Even if you experience a relative degree of success through such efforts, you will ultimately feel hollow and unsatisfied. Embody your authenticity by standing with your feet shoulder width apart, legs strong and straight. Make two fists with your hands, stack your right fist on top of your left. Hold your fists in front of your heart with the thumb edge of your fist facing up toward the sky and your elbows facing out to the sides. Interesting. Okay. Feel as though you are wielding your mighty sword of truth with its tip pointing up to the sky. Invoke strength in your body by flexing the muscles of your back, arms as you stand in powerful alignment with your authentic truth. Treat yourself with integrity and respect and honor your soul's direction. Clarify your heart's vision and you will succeed in bringing beauty and healing into the world. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I love this card because it talks about being authentic and being a little bit selfish. And Venus and Aries, we didn't really talk about this, but Aries can be a very selfish sign, a very self-centered sign. Aries is the sign of the self. And I love how this talks about living authentically means discovering and claiming your very own opinions, desires, and passions, and letting these be the guiding lights that illuminate your sacred path. Venus in Aries reminds us to tap into, what do I value? Remember, Aries, if there was a mantra for Aries, is I am. What do I value? What do I want? What do I desire? And from that place, we can be more aligned with our passion. We can be more aligned with what we want to call in. And I think by really trusting ourselves and being tapped into, what do I want right now? What's authentic for me? What's alive for me? What can only I do? What can only I call in? It makes it easier, I think, to hand everything else over to the universe. I know me. I know what I'm here to do. I know what I want. I know what's important to me. So I'm going to trust that by standing in my authenticity, by knowing myself, by knowing what I want, the universe is going to meet me halfway. The magic will enter more easily if I'm aligned with myself and with my own truth. Love yourself enough to value and honor your voice. Respect your ideas, desires, and experiences. Venus and Aries, love yourself. Venus and Aries is like, love me first. I gotta love me first. We can't love anyone else before we love ourselves. We can't expect anyone else to show us the love we want if we're not willing to show ourselves that love. So self-love with Venus and Aries, honoring ourselves authentically, honoring our values, our desires, ourselves first, allows us to show up for other people in a more authentic way and to flow in Pisces season, welcome the Pisces magic in a way that's more aligned to call in what we truly desire. So I love that we got that card. The whole time I was just feeling into like Venus and Aries and Pisces season together, and how this combination really is expressed through this card. Yeah, I love this for us. Yes, I do. Wow, same message I got from my dream. It is safe to be yourself no matter how much you feel weighed down. Spirit is there protecting you at all times. Another beautiful way that we can look at, like, love yourself first, and spirit, God, the universe, what we're tapped into in Pisces season is loving you back. Because when you're loving yourself, you're opening to love from other people too. So powerful. Yeah. You're going to have your Venus return, Bree. Love a Venus return. That is so fun. Court. Hi. Happy new moon. Happy Venus and Aries. I love that you came in just in time for the card pull. I feel like be authentic. Like, this is so Court. Just the queen of authenticity. And I love that about her. Yes. Pour into yourself first, especially an important reminder during Pisces season when it's so easy to be compassionate and empathetic and pour into other people. Pisces can be so giving and so attuned to other people's energy. I love that we have Venus and Aries during this season. Put yourself first, okay? Love yourself first. Mermaid vibes. Yes, totally feeling the mermaid vibes of Pisces season. This is the Cosmic Dancer Oracle by Sedona Soulfire and Tess Whitehurst. I love this deck. Dance is my jam. And so when I found a deck called the Cosmic Dancer, you know I had to pick it up. And what's really cool, if you notice, it always gives like a movement or a stance to do, or even a dance move to do at the end of each card. So I love this, especially as we're talking about Venus and Aries, like putting our desires into action, like literally taking the message we received from the deck, from the universe. And, you know, this is kind of like the stance it wants us to do for this card. Imagining our sword. It's funny that the sword analogy came up because my partner just the other day was like talking about the sword and the stone, and how I forget the kid's name in the Sword and the Stone, who becomes the sorcerer or whatever, but how he's the only one who can pull the sword out of the stone. Like, you are the only one who can pull your unique sword out of the stone. And this card is reminding us of that. Like, tap into who you are, and the magic can happen, right? Yes. What a beautiful check-in with you all on this Monday, on this moon day. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you continuing to show up for this community, continuing to show up for yourselves. I hope you're bathing in the beautiful energy of this Pisces new moon and this fresh start with Venus and Aries, and pouring so much love into yourself so you have all the love to share with other people too. We are sending you positive vibes right back, Nick. And also remember to be gentle with yourself during Pisces season. We're all a little more sensitive, so get good sleep. Track your dreams. We don't have Corby's dream journal to use just yet, but start on your own. Start paying attention to your dreams during Pisces season. And I will absolutely send that message as soon as the live stream ends. Definitely. All right, beautiful people. Have a beautiful new moon. Thank you for being here. If you're new here, I'm so happy that you found us. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel so we can keep this content coming to you for free every day. And yes, perfect way to end our time together. It is going to be an amazing season. Speak it out into the world, and so it is. Loving you all. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow morning. But until I see you next, stay curious. Thank you so much for joining us and aligning with the energy of the universe today. If you enjoyed this morning's episode of Transits Today, you can join our live astrology discussion every weekday morning right here wherever you're watching. And head to thespiritualjournalist.com to read your daily astrology forecast and browse the Spiritual Shop. The most fun way to help keep these forecasts free and support more content like this is to buy yourself a little something on our website. But if you're feeling extra generous, you can also buy me a coffee to fuel future live streams. Just tap the link in the description or head to buymeacoffee.com and search The Spiritual Journalist. And speaking of, you can also tune in to The Spiritual Journalist, our weekly live interview where we ask our guests questions about everything from crystals and manifestation to mental health and the environment. Those conversations stream live right here wherever you're watching now every Tuesday. I'm so grateful you found us here, and I can't wait for our next conversation.